There are about 1,000 words in ancient Greek whose origins are a total mystery. They can't be traced back to any Indo-European language or any other language in the region. A lot of these words are things you'd think of as quintessentially Greek, things like labyrinth or lyre or olive, or the names of Greek heroes like Achilles and Odysseus, or the names of Greek cities like Corinth and Athens, and even the names of gods like Athena and Ares. So where do these words come from? Well, remember that Indo-European languages like Greek didn't always cover Europe like they do today. At one point, the Indo-Europeans were newcomers in a land that had been occupied by Neolithic farmers for millennia. These Neolithic farmers are called Paleo-Europeans or Old Europeans, and very few of their languages left any written evidence. Languages like Etruscan and Iberian and Aquitanian. Only one Paleo-European language still survives today, and that's Basque. But these Old European languages did influence the Indo-European languages that came after them. Imagine you're a band of early Greek speakers arriving in the Eastern Mediterranean for the first time, and along the way you encounter all sorts of novel foods and plants and animals and terrain, things like olives and hyacinth and figs and cypress trees. Even the sea would have been unfamiliar to you because you came from the landlocked Eurasian steppes. So what do you call all of these things? Since the local Paleo-Europeans already had words for all of these things, you simply borrow the local name for them. Across Europe, the majority of words with mystery etymologies fall into the categories of plants, animals, terrain, place names, and other natural phenomena. All things that the Indo-Europeans would have lacked words for. As a result, we have indirect evidence of these old European languages. When a language leaves its traces on the grammar and vocabulary of another language like this, it's called a substrate language, kind of like different layers of geological strata. Some pre-Greek substrate words include olive, hyacinth, fig, and cypress tree. But the Greeks also borrowed almost their entire pantheon from the Paleo-Europeans. Except for Zeus, Eos, Pan, Hades, and maybe Poseidon, the names of all of the Greek gods are borrowed from a pre-Greek substrate. And for many words, we can even tell they're borrowed from a specific language or closely related languages because they include the same recurring suffix. The reason so many Greek place names include an NTH or SS like Corinth or Parnassus is because these were suffixes in that pre-Greek language. In fact, if you put all these place names on a map, you can even get a sense of where the substrate was originally spoken. And it can tell us a lot about what pre-Indo-European languages and cultures were like. If you're the type of person who enjoys learning about what the ancient Greek language and epics can still teach us today, then you should definitely check out St. John's College, which gives students a classical education focused on the great books of history, and where students even learn to read texts in the original Greek. They have campuses in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Annapolis, Maryland, and they also offer graduate programs focusing on Sanskrit, classical Chinese, biblical Hebrew, and even classical Arabic. So if you're a budding classicist and you want to check them out, I've tagged them below.